What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Virgin Galactic Holdings with the ticker symbol SPCE. This was a viewer's request, and thank you for your donation. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So I'm going to do another chart analysis for SPCE. There was a member that requested a chart analysis of this stock yesterday, so I'm going. These are the same drawings that I'm going to be explaining to you guys today. So again, thank you for your donation. And let's take a look at the daily and weekly charts and go over what has been happening for the past several months. So basically, it looks like SPC was playing inside of this range pattern since about this year, since January 4th to about, you could say, August, early August. So it's about, 8 months of just, sideways trading. So that's what this yellow range represents. And then look what happened. Price made a large leg down, which is right over here. And then it made a couple legs up. So it made a leg up right over here. Price pulled back. Since this high is higher than the previous one, that's the second leg. Once this target is met, there's a good chance for another similar size leg down. And that's what this arrow is from. It's the same one as the first impulse. So again, I'm looking at, the strength of the buyers and the sellers. This told me that the sellers are definitely stronger than the buyers. And there was a good chance to see lower prices. And that's exactly what the chart represents. It represents the strength of buyers and sellers. And the bulls were not able to surpass this prior high at the 637 right over here. So what do you think is going to happen? It's going to collapse back down to the lows and maybe even break it, because this low right here, this high, is lower than this one. So again, it's showing signs of weakness by the bulls. So either way, price has been working its way down. It actually broke the support at the 327 because it was targeting this measure move target at the 257 that I got from the first impulse. So that was the target, and that's where price started to kind of consolidate and go sideways for quite a long time. Then it's still dropping lower. Why is it still dropping lower? Because the breakout is extremely bearish and the bears are just really strong. So the bulls really have no chance to reverse the price action right now. So the bears are pretty strong right now. As long as price is still below this red trend line that I drew off the swings, there's a good chance it'll continue to work its way lower, something like that. So we're still below the EMA and below this trend line. So it's a very bearish sign for SPCE. We're also making new all-time lows, not even this year, not last year, all-time lows forever. I mean, for the stock. So that's what all-time lows means. So we're making new all-time lows. So this is history for SPCE. It's making new all-time lows. A very bearish chart. I don't see any support in the past because this is, again, new all-time lows. There's nothing on the left side of the chart telling me where it could stop. So again, this is a falling knife. And, unfortunately, if you're an investor, this is what happens sometimes, if you're buying a bear market stock where it can continue working down lower. This is why people who average down, sometimes they will see a huge drawdown, because you'll never know exactly where the bottom is until you see a trend reversal. So this trend is still working its way down. I don't see signs of weakness as right now. I would need to see a massive push up like that to invalidate, all this bearish structures in play. But until then, it could be a long time before we see a trend reversal. So that's all I have for SPC on the daily chart. Now, where did I get this measure move target right over here? It's basically the size of the range. Normally, a breakout of a range can lead to about the same size out of it, size of the original range, and that would be targeting, sub $1 level. Like this is right around the 15 cents level. So again, that's extremely bearish. But again, I don't think anyone was envisioning $2 for SPC. So I wouldn't say this is impossible, sub $1. I just have it on the chart just in case, price continues to work its way lower. It's not guaranteed. We can always reverse from right here. All I'm saying is that the chart is very bearish. We're below the EMA. We're below this trend line until we see massive changes on the chart, meaning price get back above inside this yellow range at the very least. Then we could look for higher prices. Until then, this is a very bearish looking chart. But that's all I have for SPC on the daily chart. Let's take a quick look at the weekly. So here's the weekly chart. Again, I'm saying new all-time lows are being made. There's no support on the left side of the chart. The longest time the stock has been listed is, it looks like, from 2017. So there's no support right over here. So basically, it's making new all-time lows. And this is a bear market. A bear market can be longer. It can last longer than most people expect. In the past, when price is above the EMA and making higher highs, higher lows, that's a confirmed uptrend. You can see that, most of the price bars are above this blue line. And then in a downtrend, most of the price bars are below it. So this is still a bear market versus before was a bull market. So you can see the noticeable difference between the past and now. So this is a very bearish looking chart. Most likely it will continue lower. It's not guaranteed. It could reverse tomorrow. All I'm saying is that, again, it's looking bearish right now, and it has the possibility to continue working its way lower in the future until we see something drastically change. So again, if I connect the swings, this looks like a channel that's fitting the price really nicely. So we may see SPCE continue to play this channel until it reaches that measure move target that can potentially be reached. We'll have to wait and see. But as right now, the SPCE would need to do a lot. It needs to get back above the EMA and not just get above it like it did in the past. It needs to get above it and hold it as support, like bounce from it, something like that. And it needs to break this channel. So again, it needs to do a lot for me to be looking for higher price targets. Right now, it's bearish. Even if you do see a pullback, I mean, it would need to be very large for it to change anything. It could always just lead to lower price targets. So SPC is just bearish overall, short term and long term. And until something drastically changes, like a uptrend forms, like a strong uptrend, then most likely it will just continue to work its way down. So that's all I have for SPC on the daily and weekly charts. Thank you for your donation once again. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.